$800 a month per child for kids class. Let's go. Hey, in today's video, I'm going to tell you 3 stories about high-priced gyms that I've encountered personally. In fact, I was doing the marketing for one gym that was charging $800 a month per child. I'm going to tell you exactly what they were offering, and I'm going to tell you 2 other stories about gyms whose prices versus what they were offering might shock you and surprise you when you see what they were actually selling. My name is King David MMA. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a pro MMA champion, and more importantly for you, I help my subscribers and my clients crush sales in their martial arts studio so they can increase their price, make more money, and help more people. So I was doing marketing in Las Vegas for a martial arts school, and this school is the martial arts school that I took to $2 million in sales in just 18 months. And there was another school across the street from them, and one day the woman who was running that school across the street came in, and she had a Russian accent, and it turns out that she had an actual Olympic medalist teaching at her facility. And I was like, wow, that's kind of wild. And she's like, your gym's so packed, how you have so many students? And I was like, oh, well, I actually do the marketing, I can help you out too, as long as it's not like a direct conflict or anything. Yes, come to my gym, da. So I pulled up on her and I was asking her some questions to make sure that I could help her best. So the questions I like to ask just to get a feel for the situation are like, what are you selling? How much are you charging? How many students do you have? And it turns out that this woman was charging $800 per month per child for kids class. And I'm going to tell you exactly what she was selling. But first, it gets even crazier because when I started doing her marketing, we brought in 132 paid trial leads her first month. She had so many moms and children coming through the door because in this case, every paid trial lead was a mom, and every mom might have more than one child. So if a mom brought in 3 kids, that still counts as one lead in the system, the way that we were tracking them. I was excited because I got her so many leads that she literally had to hire another coach just to do trial classes because there were so many new students coming through the door. But there was a problem. So after the first few couple days, I checked in with her to make sure that she was following up with all the leads. And it turns out, while I had sent dozens of leads, people who actually showed up to her facility, she hadn't made any sales. So I asked her if I could talk to her sales team, at which point she tells me she doesn't have a sales team. I said, okay, that's fine. Well, can I talk to the girl at the front desk? I go talk to the girl at the front desk, and she's like, yes, these people come in, they want trial, but they don't want membership. And I go, well, what are they saying? What's their big objection? They don't say anything. They come, they take trial, we charge them money, and they leave. And I'm like, okay, so what are you saying to them? We don't say anything. If they don't want membership, we don't ask. So literally, they were bringing in dozens and dozens of moms a week with one or multiple children who were paying to try classes with them, and they would not even speak to them about buying a membership. The only way you could buy a membership at this gym was if you walked up to the front desk and you said, hey, is there any way I can buy a membership from you? Anyway, if you're wondering what they were selling, it turns out they were actually selling gymnastics. They weren't selling martial arts. So I did $2 million in gym sales for one local gym that was selling martial arts. And across the street, this was the gymnastics studio with the Olympic medalist coach. But the problem got even worse. Not only were they not asking anyone for a membership, once I explained to them that you have to ask everybody how they like the class and do they want to sign up for a membership, real crazy stuff like that, it turns out that they were actually complaining about the people that were coming in the door because they said, none of these people are serious. They don't want their daughter to be Olympian. So it turns out that they literally thought that people didn't want memberships because the people weren't walking up to the front and asking them. Or when they were talking to the moms on the side of the mats, the moms weren't pressuring the coaches to turn their daughters into Olympians. Also, in addition to that $800 a month that they were charging per child for kids classes, they were also charging $2,000 per uniform per performance. So whatever you're pricing for your kids classes right now, you can raise them. Trust me, I've seen there's a market for it. And yes, they started getting signups from those leads at $800 per month as soon as they started asking the moms if they like the class and they want to sign their daughters up. Now on to the next story, which is crazy in its own way, because this place used to be a 24-hour fitness. It was in the exact building that used to have a 24-hour fitness inside of it. The 24-hour fitness was charging about $20 a month for a membership, and in that location, they went out of business charging that. Now, a new team came in and they started calling themselves Lifetime Fitness. Lifetime Fitness is currently still in business and they're charging $300 a month per membership for weights. It's the exact same building as the 24-hour fitness, selling the exact same thing. The only thing they did different was they targeted a different audience. And what they're actually selling is exclusivity, meaning when you pay $300 a month to sign up for their weights, you know that everybody else there paid $300 for their weights. And that means that nobody in there didn't pay $300. So their actual business model is like, hey, you're gonna be able to work out with no broke people around, which I found fascinating because it's in the exact same building as the place that charged between 10 and 15 times less money for the exact same service. And the last story I'm gonna tell you today is actually opposite of the first story, because this place is charging up to $300 for martial arts, but it's not what you think. They don't have an Olympian teaching. They don't have a world champion. They don't have a professional kickboxer or a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. None of that. This place that's charging $300 a month for kickboxing lessons is called I Love Kickboxing. And essentially their business model is this. In the beginning, they targeted moms, and now they target women essentially. 95% of their members are women, and it's cardio kickboxing. Their business idea was literally, hey, moms are dropping their kids off at karate or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Why don't we have a place where moms can do martial arts? And what's fascinating about them is they're not competing on better technique. They're not competing on better tactics. They're not competing on having world championship coaches or we've got better facilities or anything like that. What they're actually bringing to the market is they're allowing women who maybe don't feel as comfortable in their bodies as they used to feel comfortable in a facility where everybody else is in the same boat as them. It's not like they have to go to a Muay Thai gym where everybody's a badass and is trying to compete and go into the next competition and it's overwhelming and scary. This is a very welcoming place that allows women to burn up to 1,500 calories in an hour. They get a workout, they sweat, they have fun, they make friends, and they don't have to feel like they're being judged. They're able to charge $300 a month for that, even though it's not the best technical instruction on the planet, because they're giving the client what the client actually wants, which is an environment that they feel comfortable in. So anyway, the reason I'm telling you these three stories in this order is to kind of expand your mind as to what's possible. I see so many martial arts school owners struggling with the fact that they feel that they have to offer better and better and better and better martial arts and more medals and more degrees on their black belt. And in exchange for that, they have to lower their price and lower their price and lower their price and try and compete on price. And that's not the case at all. When you have a system in place to bring in qualified leads that want to learn martial arts and pay you to do so, you can pack your gym with members who respect you, who honor you, and who will happily pay, stay, and refer. And that's exactly what you want. Because when you can grow a consistent membership base in a predictable manner, month over month, that's when the profits start rolling in. Because for the most part, your fixed costs stay the same. Everything after a certain point is essentially profit. And that's what we do for you. So if you want to work with me personally, or you want to set this all up on your own, I've got a cheat sheet in the description, which has all the softwares that we use laid out for you. So you can do it yourself, or if you want, you can book a call on the thank you page to see if we're a good fit to work together. So hopefully these three stories have expanded your mind and inspired you as to what's possible with pricing and with different things you can offer. And if you want to see exactly how to price your martial arts from all the gyms that I've worked with and what actually works, plus a framework to make sure that you're in the sweet spot, go ahead and click this video right here. I'm going to break it down for you, and you're going to see exactly what to charge for your martial arts classes on a monthly basis. Let's go.